How many of you woke up this morning and said, oh, I'm so beautiful? So let's start right now, okay? I'm alive. I'm alert. I'm enthusiastic. I feel good. I look good. I am good. Isn't that an easy way to get the energy flowing and going? I mean, we've had a good morning. I mean, Marianne, you knocked our socks off, and here we are. We have an amazing panel of all these people that give their heart and soul to InSpirit. We're doing well. And this topic today is the joy of giving. My boyfriend, Rumi, said, live your life as if it's rigged in your favor. Live your life as if it's rigged in your favor. Well, we know that it is, truly. We know by reading our books and studying that the universe is for us and never against us. Let me say that again. The universe is for us and never against us. It's always giving to us. Divine givingness means that God is giving of itself to its creation every single moment. That givingness is not powered by a battery that can die. It's powered by infinite, eternal energy and wisdom and creativity and potential and creativity and intelligence. It's powered up all the time. We just need to be open to it. One of my favorite spiritual teachers now, a poet like Rumi, but Rumi was from the 13th century, 12th century, 13th, 14th century. And this poet is from contemporary. He's from right now, today. And his name is Mark Nepo. And he said, life doesn't add up. It opens up. Right? And that's our job. Life is ever giving of itself to us, but we have to be open to it. We know that life moves in circles. I mean, we know that by the law of reciprocity, the law of cause and effect, the law of give and take. We know that's the way it works. So for us, it's about being open to the blessings that are there. I love really thinking about abundance as recognizing the blessings we have right now and knowing that there's more to come. That's what the joy of giving and receiving is to me. Because as Jesus said, you've been freely given. You've received it, now you have to bless by giving back. And he also said it's a greater blessing to give than to receive. Sometimes that's true. No, it's a good one. But we have, I thought that might be a little funnier, but I guess not. Some win, some. I do have a story to tell you, though, because we never know when we give to life, when we just really do, when we take that risk. When Marianne, you said you took the risk. You take the risk to do things. You have to live on that edge. And Mel said, boy, I'm on the edge. I've got to do something new that pushes me every day. We never know what we're going to get. But if the life is for us, ever giving to us, there was a pastor who gave his church the message that they were in need of extra money. Have you ever heard that? Okay. And he gave everybody a little push to say, just be a little extra generous today and put a little more in the basket today. And what I'd like to do is the person who gives the most, I'd like to bless you with 3 hymns. We can do that. So after the offering was taken, the pastor looked in the basket and saw a check for $1,000. And he said, oh my gosh. And he said, I saw that check in the basket. I want to thank the person personally who gave that. And so a shy, gentle, stately little woman, older, raised her hand in the back. And he said, come on up. I want to thank you, thank you, thank you. And now, thank you for your generous gift. I'd like to give you the 3 hymns. And she looked around, and she saw the 3 most handsome men. And she said, I'll take him, and him, and him. You never know what you're going to get. I mean, surprise. It's a good thing. It's a really good thing for us. The only thing I think that keeps us from this massive abundance of the universe, there's one thing. It's fear. We're afraid of life. Marianne Williams said our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. That's not our deepest fear. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It's our light that frightens us, not our darkness. We have to be open to the light, that wisdom, that knowingness, that voice that's always in us, guiding us to something more. We have to be open to that. Fear is something that can keep us stuck. It blocks the flow of God's eternal goodness. Now, I want you to think of one fear that's built a cobweb in your mind, a fear of something, a little cobweb. And what could you do right now? What could you know? What could you hear? What could you say? What could you own? A truth to sweep that cobweb away, to make more room for that abundant good that's ever present. We get to decide, what we're going to do. It's up to us to open ourselves to something greater. Recognize first, as I told you, to recognize our blessings. Number one, we're really, really blessed. I heard in the song, Faith, I love that song. I can do anything with God. And that's a good affirmation. Faith, when things are tough, I can do anything. What do I need to push? Faith, we can do it. And then the song we sang, I don't know, never mind, I don't remember, so don't worry about it. So Mark Nepo says that being opened is the most difficult and the most rewarding things that we as humans can do, to open ourselves to greater good, to greater abundance. But we can only really do that. Well, we can do that in many ways, but the best way to do that, for me anyway, is to love more. Be open to love. Be open to give and receive love, because most of us know that love is inherent in our being. We don't have to go somewhere to get it. It's right here. We can give it anywhere we want. We can express it right now and have a more abundant, joyful life. That's just the truth. It's the truth of who we are and what we can do. And the other thing, when you open yourself to love and fear, love and hate, love and disharmony, can't live together. They don't mix. So when you choose love, you push the others away. So if you couldn't find something right away to get that cobweb out of your mind, it's a 4-letter word. It starts with an L and ends with an E and has OV in the middle. That does it. I love this quote, and I don't know where I got it, but it's a good one. We talk about the importance of community, because community can really help us begin to tap into our creative energy and essence. It's Ernest Holmes says, do not spend a day without thinking about some outgoing service, something you can do. Think of a place, a thing, a person that needs help, and start with prayer, start with action, give your time, your talent, your treasure somewhere, and it's a blessing to yourself. Don't go a day without that, but do not do it grudgingly. And he puts never, never, never give grudgingly, because that's not a gift. The quote that goes with that from a poet, a New England poet, he said, "It's not what we give, but what we share. For the gift without the giver is bare." Again, it's not how much we give, but the intention we give with, the love, the consciousness, the goodness we have to put into something. So the quote I was going to say to you in this thought of community, we are all parts of each other, because the same God is in each of us, wearing a different face. We all have goodness and light in us with our own special twist on life. Then to close up right now, there's a quote by Mark Nepo again. He says, living in the open. When we are living in the open, it is the career of kindness. That's what happens. When we just open ourselves to the goodness of life, our job, our life becomes the blessing of kindness. And we talked last week or the week before about kindness. And we said kindness is twice blessed. It not only gives to the one receiving the kindness, but the one who gives. So let's just take this moment right now as our musicians are coming up, as we recognize and know that we are all in this community energy, in the flow of life, in this flow that allows us to jump in full-fledged, jump in this river of life together and make sure that we're here not only supporting and swimming and taking care of ourselves, but also uplifting others and being there together, celebrating this beautiful thing called life. And we know that life is meant to be lived, and we are here right now as we fill ourselves with the blessings we already have. We open our awareness to see that goodness that is ours right now. And know as we open ourselves, we can see more and more goodness. We can have more creative ideas, more understanding of things we can do to be more fully living, fully alive. How grateful we are. And in that knowing, we share that blessing not with ourselves only, but with each other. We are both blessed and a blessing, and so it is. Thank you for being here. Thank you.